And now the news at 11.
Today, up the street from here, there was a big-ass disaster.
Also, good evening. Hi, we're together again.
And I'm trash.
Oh, no. That's just a sign.
Yeah, that I'm trash.
We are over at Smarz's apartment that she's moving out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smarz's former abode.
Former abode. Where does the word abode come from?
The Latin for ambidextrous.
Is that true?
Which means someone that can build houses.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Don't ask me anything. For real.
Matt,
yeah.
Oh, Matt, I like that that's kind of our new tell. When I'm spewing bullshit,
yes.
Matt just like puts that picture in the corner to let everyone know Smarz is full of shit.
Smarz. I like it when you put it in the middle because it looks like this is a third person that's part of the show that sits with us. Okay. So we're together today. We got a lot of great feedback from people saying that they liked the show when we did it together. The last time we did this, we were with Liz Roderick from Bump Watch.
Might have just been 2021 that they liked Liz Roderick, which is
I think you're probably right.
Possible.
Yeah. So we're together today.
Same place, same time.
Our lighting could be better.
It could be.
Could be.
Our lives could be better.
Sure. We're sitting on an ottoman.
If anybody wants it, it's going to be curbside Medford early next week.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a blazer. I might take it off because I'm really hot. I put it on because Smarz was wearing. We've been sorting through stuff.
Yeah.
Smarz was wearing. Now, if anybody wants this is your time to put a bid in.
Yep.
Smarz found in the bottom of a bin
a genuine faux leather vest
from
Target.
Yeah.
It is a camo t-shirt. Yeah.
It's made from real Targets.
Real Targets that were camouflaged originally, but then weren't. And yeah, it is a camo t-shirt. So I'm ready to join a biker gang is what's going to happen tonight. We're going to make some calls, see who I can get in with, and get set to ride. And you'll never see me again. So thank you.
Big shout out to our guests last week.
The
Kells Angels. Yeah, that's exactly what the Kells Angels, they're literal angels, and they don't do anything bad because they're afraid of karma.
Have angels previously died, or are they just spirits? I've often wondered this because they're not ghosts, but like I know that there's like the saints and all that kind of thing. Like, is like Mother Teresa because she was sainted now an angel?
I don't think so.
They were okay.
So I think, truthfully, that
it's on right now.
Yeah, is it tight? Feels tight.
It's
leather.
Leather. Do you know how many plebs had to die for this?
If you're part of the plebs advocacy group, please don't write us a letter. No. I think angels are among us. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't think anybody really knows.
Well, no, how could they? But we have people have angel guides and spirit guides.
That's true. Do you think a spirit guide and an angel were the same thing?
They are also in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield.
That's where they are. Thank you.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah. Now we're just brainstorming.
Now we're just saying
words.
Movies.
Words are things. So,
Wild Thing.
Thank you. This has been Run On 2MB. Good night.
Mondays at 9. Okay. We have such a fun guest this week.
We have a very fun guest this week. I know we say that a lot, but
it's because it's true.
Yeah. We only like what dreams may come.
Fair enough.
That doesn't have anything to do with angels. Oh, but you're going off a Field of Dreams. So Come to My Window by Melissa Etheridge. What dreams may come to my window?
Come, baby, come, baby.
Hey,
baby,
Matt,
come.
feel free to use that for Run On.
Yeah.
What dreams may come to my window? Great clue.
Oh, that actually is a really great clue.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, this doesn't bring a good time. We're very tired.
And we are here to bring good time to you. If you want to bring good time, we are bringing good time all the times.
Matt, we had asked you to try to
Cancel
find a video.
We asked you.
We were singing in the pre-production meeting.
Oh, yeah.
we were wondering if you found the video that we were asking you about. No.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a no.
We'll take that as a big old...
I'm working on it. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Producer Matt. Maybe for the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's the video. We'll just tell you what it is. Yeah. It's the video of it's the video Dancing in the Streets, David Bowie and Mick Jagger. When you watch it without the music,
right,
it's just them dancing and making a lot of grunting noises.
That's great. It's good stuff.
Oh, here we go. Okay. I mean,
calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new day? Summer's here and the time's right. Dancing in the street. Dancing.
I feel like it probably ended there. I think you get the picture.
Why would we?
This is something that you can find on your own.
It's so good.
I like that you just during that and Kelly has changed
Costume change.
Yeah, I had a costume change.
I was uncomfortable in my jacket.
Kimberly, or may I call you Kim?
That's Kim.
I know you need to know about the chicken cutlets. I don't know about the chicken cutlets. I've been moving for like months now, and I have had nowhere to go. So nowhere to wear the chicken cutlets to. I work with kids, so that'd be extra weird. But also, I don't know where they are.
That means because you work with kids, if you did try the chicken cutlets, next week's show would start. I used to work with kids.
Now I have a restraining order.
The show, the cutlets that Kim is referring to are from last week's show. Smarz showed us this bra.
So if someone were watching this video without music, it would just be like,
okay.
So yeah,
we're not sponsored.
We were talking about some weird purchases that we've made during COVID, and I was on a mission to find something that I could wear under bra non-friendly outfits, bra averse shirts and dresses and that sort of thing. And I had stumbled upon trash.
Can't focus.
No. But I did just see something in my pile of shit that's really fun.
What is
it? Do you see the word jam bag over there?
I do see that.
Yeah, you're curious, aren't you? You want to know about my jam bag?
Let me tell you. Coming over to Smarz's, yes, this is Genuine Nonsense. Welcome with Smarz and Kelly.
My house is a treasure trove.
Smarz has more things than I've ever seen. There's like something under everything, and it's so fun.
There's something for everyone, really.
All right. So, time check. Let's bring our guest in.
I would love it.
Okay, so our guest this week, this is so fun. And there's so many things to say about the guest that it feels like I'm pumping her up. But that's not a thing, because she's a legit amaze.
Yeah.
Special effects artist, makeup artist, owns her own jewelry company, and just all around really cool, like super cool. Please welcome to Genuine Nonsense, Maya Landi.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome.
Hi.
Maya.
Hi, guys.
We're very disorganized this week.
We apologize
in advance.
No apologies needed. This is a pandemic. I mean, what is time? What is anything?
It's fluid. Time is fluid.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
So, first and foremost, I met you working on friend of the show, Petey Gibson, his movie, The Sympathy Card. And yes, that's how I met you. And I instantly fell in love. You did all of the makeup for that and styling. And
hair.
And styling, makeup, hair, everything. And you are so like you're very important. So thank you for doing our show.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal, you guys.
You just had a movie though that you were the department head and it went to Sundance, right?
Yes. It's called John in the Hole. I do want to though quickly get back to the film that we worked on, if that's okay, because
of course.
We met on the first day where it was like 30 degrees outside.
Yes.
And we were filming outside.
Yeah.
But like had to set up outside. And I don't even think I got to do your hair and makeup.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was so cold. And we were out like
you had to go in your car, right?
Yeah.
Kelly has a habit though of showing up anywhere she's going camera ready anyway.
Well,
like, I feel like Kelly is like she's ready.
She was ready. Yeah, she killed it. It was
so cold. It was way close quarters because we shot the next few days I was shooting. We were in that house in the apartment, and we were such close quarters. And of course, I'm like bouncing off the walls when I'm not on set, but on set is 5 feet away. So there was a lot of off, and I was like, "Sorry, I'm just talking." That was so much fun. We had such a good time on that. That film is so wonderful and lovely.
It's a blast, yeah. I've never been able to see it because the links never worked coming to me. I still have no idea. I'll see it someday, whatever.
It looks great. It was great. You'll be able to see it at some point.
Yeah, that happened. And then Kristina, we worked on that Hasbro commercial, the Jenga train.
That's where I recognize you from. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier today, and I was like, I know I've seen her, and I recognized your name, and then I remembered, it was the Jenga train.
Oh my gosh, that was a ridiculous day, but it was so fun.
It was one of the best. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was one of the best.
Wow. This is all coming together now.
Yay!
It's so funny because you're Boston based, so it's like
right.
As soon as I met you, then I started and obviously I follow you on your Twitter. Your Twitter, your Twitter's great, I'm sure. Your Instagram.
I don't have Twitter.
And I just lied to our viewer because we have like two. So watch some replay, subscribe. So Will Noonan, you've worked on a bunch of stuff with Will.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like everybody knows you because you've touched everyone's face. Or hair or clothes.
Yes, so, I've touched a lot of bodies in Boston, that's for sure. Yeah.
You're so great. Like that, here's a weird thing, and you probably hear this, and for anybody who doesn't do on-set work or anything like that, it's a big deal, but like you're such a comforting, nice person to work with, which makes you like, and especially around comedians. I can't speak for Kelly, I can only speak for myself, but like, I don't do a whole lot of commercial work. I've done my handful, I've done a couple movies here and there, but like I also know that I'm not, I'm not Scarlett Johansson or whatever. Like I'm not the easiest body type to dress or like, glamorous or whatever. So you feel kind of weird showing up to these places to then get like hair and makeup or like get worked on. So, I mean, times I've worked with awesome artists, I feel better and I feel good. Like part of your job is like not only making people look good, but making them feel good, And I think that's such an amazing skill to have. Not everyone can do, because I've had some makeup artists who like, I've realized I had to almost sweet talk my way in because they were just like, ugh, I had to get up at 5:30. And maybe they do great work, but like, by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, it's time to go on camera now. Great. Like, but you have that skill, like easy to talk to, fun.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I honestly feel like that's 90% of my job is to prepare the talent to be able to be in front of camera. So, making them feel relaxed and cared for. And, I mean, you guys know being on set can be super stressful and awkward. And a lot of times, I think the rest of the crew, without meaning to, they just sometimes forget that there's a human being in front of the camera. And I think that it's the makeup artist and hairstylist's job to make that person feel like a human being all day. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I think that there are a lot of artists that have great technical skill. And I do, you know, I think that I have good technical skill too, but I think that really the biggest part of the job is making people feel, making them feel comfortable and preparing them to be on camera. You know, like, you guys shouldn't have to take care of us. That's really like the bottom line.
Actually, if we all take care of each other, then everyone has their best life, you know?
Yeah.
And it's nice when you work with people that understand that though too, that like, because and again, it's nothing against, I mean, some technical people and some, they know their job and they know that I have to do this and whatever's in the way gets moved. Like, you know, you do become a little bit of an object. But it's nice to work with people too that sort of like realize, and it wasn't really until I worked on any commercial projects that I realized everybody on that set has the same goal, and it's to get the best thing out here, you know? And so with that in mind, a lot of times people like respect everybody, or like coming on as talent. They're like, oh, you're talent. Okay. Like, you know, we're going to take care of you. And I'm like, well, I'm showing up and saying some lines, and I'll even put it down and be like, it's not that big of a deal. But then when you put it all together, everybody's job is integral, is the bottom line.
Yeah. You have to work together as a cohesive unit or else it doesn't work. It's basically like one set day is the equivalent of like 2 months in regular life, you know, like everything that has to get accomplished in that day, and the way that you have to interact with people and communicate, you know, a lot happens in that like 10 to 12 hours. So it has to work well. People have to be able to like work well together and respect each other, I think. So
how'd you get into that? Do you have like a psychology background? Or
also a doctor?
I worked in dentistry for 9 years, and I was in my last office for about 5 years and lost that job. And I was in my early 30s and just wanted to try something different. So I always loved hair. So I went to hairdressing school. And then while I was in school, I started working with an event hair and makeup company. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. So I didn't really plan on doing any of this. It just kind of happened, and I just kept saying yes to things that were coming my way. And I've just kind of like figured it out as I've gone, and it's been really fun it's like a total adventure, you know, also a lot of stress, like as a freelance person, you know, freelance artist for a while, but like super fun that I never planned this or thought that I wanted it, and I love it. So it's been really awesome.
How has it been for you during COVID? So you're working like crazy, and then COVID. So what happened?
It came to a hard stop. What's that?
We know what happened to us.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Yeah, it was a hard stop for sure. It was I think the last shoot I had was March 17th, and that was pushing it. Like they had already started shutting stuff down about a week before. But we were able to squeeze one more in with like a very limited crew. And then it was nothing between March and June. So it was pretty scary because, you know, I was lucky that I had been working a lot. And so I had a little bit of a cushion. So I wasn't super stressed. But then, and I also didn't think it was going to last as long as it did. So
did everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, this is fine, whatever. And then, you know, once like May hit, I was like, oh crap. You know, we didn't really have the unemployment stuff happening yet. So it got a little scary, but then the first shoot I had back was actually with Will Noonan for Honda.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There were only about like 6 of us on the shoot, and it was outside. But after that, it just kind of, you know, production started figuring out how to be able to do it all safely. And I would say like by August, it was pretty steady. I mean, I'm super lucky and grateful that like I have been working consistently. So, you know, for a period of a few months, it was kind of scary, but after that, it's just been, I think it's actually been really great because the way that I seen the industry shift into like figuring out how to be able to keep going, right? Keep everybody working has been really awesome because everyone has really collaborated creatively and considerately. And actually now too, like I get exactly what I want. You know, when in the past, sometimes like hair and makeup is kind of like a misunderstood department in New England.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You know, they're like, oh, you can't just set up in a bathroom. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. But now it's like, now they have a different understanding of what the standards are and like what we need for talent, you know, to be able to like be comfortable and feel safe. And like for me, the way that I work, nothing has changed except wearing a mask, you know, but like going back to what you had said before, Kristina, you know, like my job is making people feel comfortable and safe. And I've always taken that very seriously. So, you know, that part hasn't changed, but now it's the way that other departments or producers and directors actually understand it differently. And I think that's why I've been working consistently because of my reputation for having always functioned a particular way on set. So it's been, for me, it's been really wonderful, you know, steady enough, which is good. Yeah.
From a safety standpoint, though, have you felt nervous? So, like, I work as a massage therapist, and I can very much relate to, you know, I've always felt from day one that part of my job is to make my clients feel relaxed and comfortable. And that starts the second we speak to one another. Like that starts with every interaction. But with COVID, it's become even more important that like they see the safety protocols in place. They know what's going on. Like, you know, they know that if at any point something is uncomfortable, they can speak up about it, which people don't always do.
Right.
But so how have you had to make any alterations? Or, I mean, you're wearing a mask. Obviously, the people that you're working on can't be wearing masks. Like, how does that work?
You know, for me, like another part of my job is always making sure people don't get a virus. So, you know, for me, that part hasn't really changed. I know it's not like that for every artist, you know, but it should be. But, you know, for me, I'd say, you know, nothing really has changed on my end. I'm not worried about it because of the precautions that I take. You know, and I understand, like, even with wardrobe, you know, they have a different interaction with talent. They're really only touching their bodies. I'm actually touching people's eyes and, you know, noses and mouths and stuff like that. And so I'm not afraid because I know the precautions to take. But explaining it to other people is another thing. You know what I mean? Like making talent feel safe or making the crew feel safe. You know, I have to know how to communicate to people and let them feel like they can communicate any concerns to me, you know? So I always email people before a shoot, let them know that I'm available for questions. Sometimes I give them a little bit, of info on my background in like OSHA training and safety. Yeah. So, you know, that helps put people at ease, but I just think, you know, like communicating with people is really important.
Yeah.
Being able to do that is real. Yeah.
You're not the first person who said that to me during COVID too, where that's in your industry. I've been on a couple shoots during COVID where like the guidelines are so strict. And the person who's got me in the chair is like, I don't know why this is being so crazy because this is how I always function. Yeah. And I'm like, well, thank you in advance for that. I mean, it's just, it's interesting to me. Yeah. You started, go ahead. Smart.
Well, no, I was just going to say that Amy Claire Parker in our
chat
had just brought up she's looking you up on Instagram and how beautiful your jewelry is, which is a great segue because that is something else that we wanted to talk about. Yeah. Was your jewelry creation and this business that you started. So tell us.
Thank you. What's that?
I just said, so tell us about that. What is it's Maya and Moon jewelry, right?
Yeah, Maya and Moon jewelry. Basically, I started it during the quarantine because, you know, I love jewelry. I've always been into jewelry and I've made it in the past, but, you know, not being able to work. I wasn't really being creative, and I'm just so used to working with my hands that I was like, oh, you know, let me make myself something. And I just kind of started playing around. And then I was like, oh, you know what? This could be something that I could do in case, you know, like the world is still shut down for a while. I can make jewelry and send it to people. You know, it's not like I don't have to be in person to do this or whatever. And I had also I had gone through Reiki training and became a Reiki master while I was in quarantine, you know, able to do it safely with my instructor and stuff like that. And I had started it before quarantine, but, you know, decided to continue. And I was like, okay, well, I can also, you know, charge everything with Reiki, all of my pieces, and maybe like bring some comfort to other people with it. And so it was a combination of like wanting to stay creative and still work with my hands. And also, you know, another way to create a sustainable income for myself. Cause you know, I'm single, I live alone, and I'm like, oh, if we get shut down again, I have to have something. You know, I can't rely on hair and makeup to come back because we just didn't know what was going to happen. So it was just something to, you know, keep myself busy and employed in some way. I also had taken a death doula certification course.
No, we have so much to talk about. I was seriously thinking about doing that for a while, and I didn't know it was a thing until a couple of years ago.
Bye, Kelly.
I'll just flip out, you guys.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
I wanted to do hospice volunteering, and then I started talking to this woman. I met this woman when I was working with my uncle who was dying of cancer. He was like in his 80s, and we just started talking, and she was a death doula, and she had she was telling me, but she was there to visit with her mom. Like she wasn't there for work. And I was just like, what? That's a thing. And so, yeah.
So can you just for, I mean, I am two things.
Are you aware of what a death doula is?
Yes, I am aware of that. It's, but we do have a lot of people who may not know what that is.
Yeah.
So please go ahead, explain.
So, because I thought I made it up actually until I researched and found out that it was actually a thing.
Yeah.
A death doula
concierge, but go ahead.
So where a birth doula would provide, you know, some emotional and some sort of like technical support for a pregnant mother, right? The death doula provides emotional and spiritual support for the dying person. So basically helping a person who's dying find peace in the process of dying, where like hospice helps with pain relief, right? Yeah. And basically like every hospice nurse is an angel on earth, you know, like they're amazing and they're so wonderful, but they also, you know, they focus mostly on the pain relief, where a death doula focuses on, you know, emotional and spiritual relief and support. You can also help do things like, you know, get their affairs in order before they're dying. Like you can help them with some technical things in, you know, that respect. And you can also like, you know, say little things like they want to write a letter to a loved one, you know, like with, you know, their regrets or forgiveness or apologies or whatever. You can help with stuff like that. You basically are just kind of like their buddy while they're dying, and you help them figure out ways to just come to terms with what's happening to them.
Is there something, Maya, that made you want to do that? Because hearing you talk about Reiki and then talk about this, it's like kind of that, it's a very nurturing thing. And I know your jewelry is also like in that kind of vein. Is there something bigger with you where it's like that overall spirituality?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's about, you know, life and death to me are intertwined. You know, I don't think, like, so many people are afraid of dying when really it's just a part of life, and it's sort of like a continuation of energy. You know, it's not like, I don't believe that death is it. I don't think that that's like the final thing. But I also think that people have a lot of difficulty processing grief. And, you know, people are afraid of their emotions. They're afraid of sadness. And, you know, I certainly don't like embrace those things in a way where I'm like, I want to feel it, but I'm not afraid to feel it. And I think that, like, you know, as a person who can process things like that in a different way, I almost kind of feel like a responsibility to be able to support people through that, and find peace in it. And yeah, the jewelry too was kind of, so with doula work, it's not something that you can really do full time in the beginning and make a great living off of.
Yeah.
And in order to take on a dying client fully, you have to be on call. And so I wouldn't be able to do that continuing my hair and makeup work, but I don't want to give up my hair and makeup work. So the jewelry company actually provides me with a flexible source of income where when I do want to take on a dying client fully to the end, I can go on hiatus from my hair and makeup work, and I'll still have a good source of income coming in to be able to do that. So, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to give one up for the other. I want to find a way to be able to incorporate everything together because I love all of this work, you know? So yeah, basically starting that jewelry company was a way to kind of keep everything going.
I think it's so interesting because we talk about this a lot, not on this show and on this show, where I feel like a lot of people want what you're talking about, which is like this ability to do all the things that feed your soul. And so it doesn't matter how you do it, it's how you decide to do it. And I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, with it wasn't like I didn't have a grand plan. I was like kind of like, fuck it. I'm just gonna see what happens, you know. I'm gonna just go with it. And it felt so right. It was just like, yeah, okay. And that's kind of how things went with the hair and makeup stuff, right? It was like, ooh, I got this opportunity. This is cool. Let's see what happens, you know. And I think I really do think like it's about being able to trust yourself that like you can figure it out, you know. Like to me, I mean, I just turned 44 recently, and you know, if I told you like how many times
although it was November, so it's not that close, but
I'm older than both of you. Matt has some pictures of your jewelry up. Matt has
you do?
Yeah, he wants to share them. By the way, happy birthday.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yay, there's my stuff.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Where do you
I created that while I was watching Chappelle's show. It wasn't like Dave Chappelle inspired those earrings, but for some weird reason, I just like the show put me in such a good mood, and it really like opened up my creativity to like try something I had never done before. And I literally started making chainmail while I was watching Chappelle. I don't know.
Talk about the antlers. You use a lot of antlers.
I do. Yeah, I do. So for me, you know, I am very much into symbolism, and deer and antlers are symbolic of shedding, you know, like shedding what doesn't serve you. So, and in the process of shedding, you're growing, you know, like growing into your own. And for me, like there's so much power in the symbolism of deer and antlers. So I use them a lot in my jewelry.
Ooh, those Labrador? No.
Yeah, they are.
So beautiful.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
And so can you sell on Etsy, and then can they?
I don't sell on Etsy. So one thing is I'm not super organized, and I had been trying to work on a website. I couldn't do it myself. So I just wanted to get it up. And so what I did was I created a business account on Instagram, and linked it to my business bank accounts. And so people can just DM me when I post pieces. I haven't posted anything new in a couple of weeks, but I post a lot in my stories, and then people just buy it that way. And then I don't even post it in the thing. But most of the jewelry that I have listed up there is still available because they're replicated, you know. If something is one of a kind, I'll note that it is, or if something is sold out, I'll note that it is. But right now it's like, I haven't set up an official site just because I don't have the time to dedicate to fulfilling that. But the way it's working right now has been working out really great for me. So it's pretty exciting.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you don't need the website. Like if you don't need it, you know, it'll
not yet.
Yeah, it'll be there.
I mean, also, there's a lot to be said about like, if this is working for you, then keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If it works until it doesn't, and then you figure out a different way to keep it going, or, you know, change it, whatever. But right now it's pretty great. So I'm happy about it.
I love that attitude. I love that there's that sort of like freeness of like, all right, you know, we're just going to keep going until we hit a boulder in the stream, and then we'll go one way or the other and go around it. Like, it's really neat.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, it came from a lot of, you know, crazy lessons.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
Although
we've all been there.
I still tell people about our conversation the day of the Hasbro shoot. We were talking about some of the dentistry work you used to do, and like the importance of jaw alignment, and like, you know, with like eyesight, like with I was like, this woman, she was brilliant. She's telling me about like this. I can't explain it to you fully, but like, make sure that your jaw is like.
Yes, jaw alignment is very, very important for a healthy body.
Yeah, it is.
Is there anything you don't do?
No.
Is there anything you don't do?
I don't deal with bull. No. I don't really. I don't know.
Dangerous high.
There's a lot I don't do. I'm definitely not athletic.
Okay. All right.
Fair.
It's fine.
It's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smarz pulled out her. We both had a question. Can we solicit some free consultation?
Okay. Bring it.
So Smarz has a contouring palette. And we were talking about contouring, and we both agree that when we...
What happened?
I don't know.
Sideways.
When we...
What happened?
That checks out for us. That makes sense on our show.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that should happen. At some point, you'd go to the side.
Yeah.
Are you still with us? She went Spider-Man. She did.
She did go Spider-Man.
Yep.
She might have frozen altogether.
I think she froze altogether.
It's because we were talking about my face. I broke the camera.
Not true. Hopefully she'll come back.
Yeah, we were going to ask her about contouring, and then Kelly was going to do my makeup.
Well, the funniest part is that I don't contour because I always end up looking dirty. Like every time I try to contour anything, I just feel like I look look dirty.
I either look dirty or so anyone who knows anything about like contouring, you've got your darker colors, and then you've got your highlight. Anytime I use any of the highlighting stuff, I just look greasy and weird.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So I look dirty, you look greasy.
Yeah, and also I have such a round face. I don't know if there's contours to do anything with.
You don't have a round face. This is a round face. This is what a round face looks like. Why do I look so much?
That's a round
You
face.
do have great lips.
How are those jaws? Someone wants to know, Jay wants to know what contouring is.
Oh.
Contouring, it's a whole thing. It's been around for a while.
Yes.
Well, forever, really, because the term contouring is an artistic term that has to do with like creating shape and that sort of thing, lightness and darkness, contrast. But contouring in terms of like makeup has become really forefront kind of with the Kim Kardashians, I feel like.
Yes.
They're the ones that started it, those Kim Kardashians, and with a lot of the Instagram stuff where between pictures and being on film of any sort, but people started transferring it into real life too, giving themselves different dimensions and basically changing their face shape through the use of lightness and darkness. So it's kind of like the idea of usually there's a contouring line like in here to sort of make it darker so that you've got cheekbones. Sometimes people will use it around the eyes to either make their eyes pop out more or like appear less
here
is,
so that you look like you don't have a vagina neck.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then a lot of times they'll do it around the hairline too, which I'm not really sure what that does other than makes it look like your forehead isn't sunken or something like that. So some of it comes from like special effects type makeup, and that's it's used a lot, I think, primarily there. And we used to use it a lot on stage because you would be trying to age yourself in a certain way, which was big. I mean, I've always played old women in shows since I was like 4. So so you would be
since you were 4.
I'm not kidding. I was always cast as the old woman.
Why?
Because I'm mature.
Is it because you can do the voice?
It's because I'm confident and can command the stage.
So for me, I want the lights to hit me the right way when I'm on stage, and I try to watch these videos. Like if you just go into YouTube and put in, this is how I type, like a 1950s secretary.
Click, 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 click.
Hold it for Mr. Donahue.
Darling, where's my coffee?
Oh, coming right up.
Okay.
So too far. So so these contouring videos now, they show like you take a contouring stick and you just go foop, 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 and then you take one blender and you put it all in.
I've never fooped successfully.
No, I always look filthy.
Yeah, I just look, I look weird.
So instead, I look like this. I look tired.
And I purposely, although not entirely purposely, just, this is me sans makeup. I have not a lick of makeup on, and I apologize for it. It's weird for me to like not.
I think you look great.
And you're wonderful. But we figured, well, what better thing to do with a fresh face?
Show the contouring.
So actually, so this is something that I bought a while ago because I thought, oh, this will be easy and helpful. It's a Laura Mercier contouring kit, and it comes with different little colors. So you've got your
show it like an influencer.
Yeah, why do they always do that?
They put their hand behind it to like to show the. It's like to. I don't know.
So
be like if you were doing like, and I'm gonna drink this Diet Coke because we both are.
Yeah. That's my computer in case you didn't see. Hope you didn't steal any passwords. That's not how it works. But so so depending on your skin tone, you got like your sort of middle contouring line.
Yeah.
And then you've got some darker shades and then highlights. And so this is what I was talking about in terms of a highlight sort of thing. So the idea is you put the lighter up against the dark. It makes them look like you've got sink-ins and stuff.
Sink-ins.
Or contours. That's actually what a contour is.
That's why the duck face used to be huge.
It's to make the camera focus on it?
It's to make the camera, Amy Claire Parker says, it's to make the camera focus on it.
Interesting.
Which, you mean the highlighting, Amy? Like the light bounce, I think, right? Like, that's why they highlight the top.
Hi, she's talking about why you put the hand in front of the face is to focus. I just thought I would come on and explain rather than try to type it in.
Matt, thank you, Matt. And
Matt, will you tell us how to do your contours? Kelly is going to take your direction and she's going to contour my face.
All right. Oh, awesome. Cool.
The hand thing. Thank you, Amy. Could you please put Maya's info? We lost Maya.
No, I'm waiting for her to come back.
She may not come back. Can we scroll her?
Well, we can still keep scrolling her stuff. Whatever you would like. Whatever you would like.
Let's give her everybody who's on this. Go head over to Instagram, please and thank you, and give her a follow. Will you give her a follow? Oh, okay. So Smarz is contouring her face. So Amy, should I put my hand up behind Smarz to focus?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think you're supposed to blend it.
Well, that's not. Yeah.
Anyway. There we go. Thank you, Matt. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever make them thick enough. Like, it's hard. You supposedly should have like a hard line.
I mean, I've watched this show all day.
What I did for love.
What I did for love.
Good love is. So then you put your lighter part up above.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like that. And now I
Show both sides. So the done side, this is done. This is not.
yeah.
Done.
So now I have sideburns.
I'm telling you. I did see I had a makeup artist tell me once to just take bronzer and tap a fluffy brush
And do a
into
three?
the bronzer.
Do
Bronzer. Only can be the bronzer. And then don't do the 3 anymore. Tap on your hairline and on in a C, and then do underneath. I mean, this.
Tap on your hairline in a C?
Tap on your hairline. So like here. So start. I have widow speak. So start your widow speak and just tap, 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 and then tap, 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 and then underneath. And then don't do the middle. Do where your 2 things should be. What's happening now?
Oh.
Anyway,
no, the finger smudging. I mean, probably you would use a brush.
No, yeah,
Actually, you can use your fingers though.
yeah. What does TYMF mean?
Thank you, motherfuckers.
Thank you, Munchkin Face. You're welcome.
Thank you, my friends.
Oh, thank you, my friends.
I don't know if that's what that means.
I don't know anything.
That's your motherfucking middle finger. That's what it is. That's your middle finger.
No, I don't. Thank you, Matt Fear. Thank you. Thank you, Matt Fear.
You can also like make yourself look really tired if you want to.
Well, is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh. The light just changed in here. Did you notice that?
No.
I think it's adjusting for underneath your eyes.
Yeah, because the camera's picking it up.
Yeah. Here, let me put my hand behind your head so you focus. Smarz and I are probably going to wrap this up. Before we leave, we want to tell you 2 things. Tomorrow, I think we should announce. I'm just pretending it's not happening. Tomorrow, you can register for Patreon. Matt, is that true? 2MB will now be on. Let's get ready to rumble. Yes, boy detectives are up.
It still needs to get approved, but it as soon as I get an email, it's gonna go. It's gonna go public. So keep an eye. Yeah.
That's so fun. Thank you, Matt. And remember, if you haven't watched us before, thanks for coming. I don't know what's happening. Thank you for coming to watch us tonight. A big welcome to Kim Lantine Kirsten. She's a new Genuine Nonsense follower. We appreciate that. And we'll be back next week with musician Aaron Harks. And don't forget to stay tuned for The Boy Detectives on right after this on 2MB. Smarz, do you have anything you want to say?
No, just come back here, okay? Just come back.